guys, today, well, for this one, I'm going to be talking about combat loading a shotgun and using a shotgun in combat. Basically, here's the deal. Using a shotgun is a little different than what a lot of people understand. This is not the type of shotgun shooting that you're used to when you're hunting. You know, this is not where you bring it up and you get your bead and you get all comfortable and, you know, you start firing. No. Here's where you keep the bead, right? And the thing is that with a shotgun in combat, you're going to want to use the bead, okay? A scope for a shotgun in combat is not going to be something that's going to help you because the shotgun is a short-range weapon, so therefore you are not going to want to use a long-range scope on a short-range weapon, okay? Something else that you're going to run into a lot is combat shotguns typically have an 18-inch barrel, you know, maybe a 20 if they've got a longer magazine tube. But see, I've got the regular Remington or Mossberg 500, so I've got the standard 6, right? Standard 5 in the pipe magazine tube. So if I wanted to make this a strictly combat shotgun, I would have an 18-inch barrel or 18 and a half. Gotta keep it legal, right? So anyway, I'm going to get into about all this, okay? So the first thing we're going to have to do is I'm clear and safe. I've visually and alright, I'm clear, safe. Alright, so then the first thing that we're going to have to understand is, yeah, my barrel would be normally shorter, okay? But I'm working with what I got here, guys, so here we go. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to have to understand is that when you get your bead up, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to, when you go to fire, there should feel like there's a string pulling the back of the trigger to the pump mechanism, okay? So as soon as I'm pulling the trigger, I'm bringing my action back, opening my action, ejecting the spent shell, and then when my finger goes back, or my trigger goes back, my action goes back forward, okay? So once again, pulling, bringing it back, bringing it forward, letting it go, firing again, letting it go, bringing it back, bringing it forward, firing again, okay? That's how you're going to be firing this thing. Only it's going to go a lot faster than that, okay? Alright, so now let's go to the next thing. We're going to be talking about combat loads. Okay. Now, combat loading your shotgun, you have to understand, shotguns are hungry animals, okay? When you're shooting a shotgun, you're cycling those rounds as fast as you can, but you've only got, in this case, 5 in the pipe, 1 in the tube, right? So I've got 6 rounds with this thing, okay? How fast do you think I can go through 6 rounds? Pretty darn fast, okay? Now, I'm going to put my weapon on safe, okay? At no time during this next little bit will you ever find my finger inside the trigger guard, okay? My weapon is on safe, alright? My finger will not go inside the trigger guard because my release, my slide release, is behind it. That's all I need to do, guys, here with this. So, anyway, you start with your action open, okay? Notice that these are high brass loads, okay? My brass, I want to feel that rim with my pinky. So the first thing you do is you slap one in the top. You just slide it right in, bring the action home. As soon as you do that, you bring the next one in, okay? So, fire, okay? I'm catching it around so it doesn't fall on the ground, okay? So that's my spent shell, bringing it back, slamming it home, firing, bringing it back, Alright? So that's how that's going to happen. So basically, now my action's open again. Now I'm going to grab 2 more rounds, slap, slam it home, slam one in, pop, pop, right? Pop, cycle, pop, cycle. Okay, action open. Repeat. That type of a movement is what's going to really help you if you get into a combat situation, because shotguns are hungry animals. An empty shotgun is not going to help you in a threat. So that's why you need to learn how to combat load. If you effectively learn how to combat load and you effectively train yourself on how to do that correctly and do that quickly, you can send 2 rounds downrange much faster than what you could ever imagine. I think my best time with 2 slug rounds, no less. I think my best time was 2.5 seconds. And those are aimed shots with a slug, okay? At a range of 50 yards. I hit both of them. I hit the target. 2.5 seconds, 2 slugs, 50-yard range. Okay? And I'm not the greatest shot on the planet. I'm not the greatest person on the planet. I'm sure there's better people that are out much better at that than I am. But that's something that can really save your bacon. So, anyway, thanks, guys. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.